You ready? The Washington Wizards, with the 18th pick, will select. I want to hit the button because I love this kid. So you're going to know who it is, Rob. Who do I love? Who am I going to be happy that the Wizards took with 18?
Nick Clifford.
Nope. Who's one of my favorite kids that I've known for a few years that I love? Walter Clayton. Goes 18.
Oh, yes.
Like it.
Yes.
Like it.
Yes. I that was actually going to be one of my storylines. Like, where does he go? Because you can't, like, proven commodities are a real thing. Like, he's, and I think we miss that on the draft sometimes. Wow, he's so good. I mean, he killed everything in front of him. Why wouldn't he be successful at the next level in some capacity? So I love that pick.
Can't argue.
It looks like he's getting traded. Looks like that pick is getting traded, Goodman.
Okay. Let's see where.
So.
I'm happy because winners, man. I love when winners get rewarded, man, because that matters. So I'm happy for him.
And that you talk about story. That's another one with a hell of a story.
Mm-hmm.
Started at Iona. Let me find out where Walt's going.
Yeah, I will say this about Walter Clayton Jr. Right, I wonder about the ability he has to be a point guard. Right, like he's a proven commodity, but it's as something of like an undersized scoring guard. Is he really the point guard you're looking for in the NBA?
6'3", 6'4", though. He's not undersized. He's not little.
Well, he might be listed at 6'4", but like Henson, I walked by that dude enough at the Final Four to know like if he's 6'4", I'm 6'4", and I'm not 6'4". So
I'm gonna see what he measured at the draft combine. I mean, the draft combine is, they don't play them. They wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning in your draws. That's the real height.
Yeah. I think.
Like, why are we up this early? Why do you need to measure my weight and height in this early in the morning?
That fair point. I do. He's going to Utah. I do wonder if he is going to be like a point guard, but at some point, like the level of tough shot making that dude showed during the NCAA tournament is not something we've seen a lot of. Throughout college basketball, right? Like some of the shit that he was throwing up that was going in as they made that run to the national championship was absolutely mind-boggling. And I think that translates. Henson, you talked about rebounding translating. Tough shot making translates, man. Being able to knock down threes translates. And I think that's something that at the very least he'll be able to provide. And in Utah, look, Are we buying? What do they got there? They got Colin Sexton, Isaiah Collier, Keontae.
They got
George.
nothing. They got nothing. They got marketing and they don't have much.
John said they got white girls. That's what John said.
They got white girls. That's about it. That's about it.
And let me tell you something. This ain't after dark, but when things are taboo, it just exacerbates the issue. So I'd imagine like to have a little fun out there. I'm just saying. What do you want me to say? Look, man, gotta keep it real, man.
One thing we've never doubted, Henson, is whether your ability to keep it real.
6'2", and some change without shoes. So 6'3", like he ain't undersized. 190. Yeah,
But I think he plays the game, Rob. I think he's a willing passer, and I'm not making this comparison in a sense of he's that player yet. But he reminds me of like a Jamal Murray. You worried about him being your quintessential point guard, right? But he can
I had
score
that
it.
same question about Jamal Murray in college.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
One.
And you get him in that situation to have him around, and he doesn't need to be your primary ball handler in a system that's going to move. He can make shots. He's a player, man. He's a baller, and guys like that, you definitely want on your team. I'm a huge fan of his, and we all been high on.
Too.
Oh man,
tough as hell.
Look,
too.
every NCAA champion has had a first rounder for my betting folks out there. So That's why we was on Florida, because we
And,
thought
and he
Walter
can
Clayton.
create his own shot that not a lot of these guys are able to do. He's a guy that you can give the ball to. He can create space and get his shot off. And there's not many guys that's been in this draft that can do that.
Hey, look, Randolph. He can get a shot off and he can make tough shots, but he's not creating space. He's putting that up over people, through people, underneath their arms. Like, you could play the best defense you've ever played in your entire life, and that thing's going in when Walter Clayton lets it fly, man. That's why I loved him.
I think his floor is going to be, he's going to be a guy that can, even if he's on your second team, he's going to be able to provide offense for you off the bench. I think he's going to have a really good career.
I agree.
So